Hey guys, Pro1701 here, and today we're going to talk about whether or not 60's Doctor Who should be colorized for release in the Doctor Who The Collection box sets. My answer to that very quickly is no. I think it should be. I think it should be left alone in black and white. I think that's the way that the 60's Doctor Who stories were made to be viewed, and I think they should be viewed with that in mind. Not only do I, in that situation, I prefer viewing something the way it was meant to be viewed. You know, the old stories were made to be viewed in black and white. That's the way I want to watch them. Also, the budget concerns for the money that they would spend colorizing these stories, and that's a lot of stories. I mean, 60's Doctor Who averaged around 40 episodes a season. That's insane. Right around there, some more, some less. That's a lot. You know, whereas you look at like seasons 23, 24, 25, 26, there were 14 episodes a season. So we're talking way more. And then you look at that and you think how much it would cost to colorize a lot of those, the existing episodes. And I just think that money could be put to better stuff. Like, instead of spending all that money to colorize 60's Doctor Who, take that money and give me a really good version of Dalek's Master Plan being animated. Instead of just putting a little bit of money into the animations, take all that money and put it into the animations. If they eventually do Dalek's Master Plan, I want it to look gorgeous. I want it to look better than Macra Terror, which I think is really good, or Moonbase, which I think is really good. And God help me, it needs to look better than Fury from the Deep, which most of the people who watch my channel know. I don't like Fury from the Deep's animation at all. So I would rather them spend the budget on that. And then there's just how time-consuming it would be to colorize all those. I mean, just look at how much trouble they have colorizing John Pertwee stories. Some of which, you know, they could use different means, like the chromia dot recovery and stuff like that, and matching footage from old footage, you know, the Canadian tapes and stuff. They have a lot of trouble restoring those to color. We still don't know the situation Invasion of the Dinosaurs episode 1 is in. Look how much trouble they're having trying to restore that episode to good-looking color. And now you want them to do it to episodes where it's not even made to be viewed in color? I think of all the work and time and effort and especially money that would go into that, and I just don't think it's worth it. I think a lot of Doctor Who fans are going to be just fine with it being in black and white. Again, because that's what it's meant to be viewed in. That's what we're used to watching it in. And even the results where I've seen on YouTube where people, like fans, have colorized stuff, sometimes they look really good. I will say that I have seen some colorizations that look pretty impressive. But I've also seen some where I'm like, So I don't know what they would put into something like that and how good the end result would look. And also, for the better for the end result to look, the more money they'd have to put into it. And again, I'd rather them take that money and put it towards other things of Doctor Who, especially the animations, because I really do want to see the animation quality, the quality of the actual animation itself, increase to get up something at least on Macra Terror's level, or the Power of the Dalek Special Edition, something more like the Moonbase. I really enjoy that one a lot. Or even better, something better. Put the money into that. So that's my thoughts on it. So do you think... Oh, there's one other thing, too. That and the fact, if they did colorize the episodes for the collection sets, you know, most of us are still going to want the black and white versions, too. So they have to either release two separate versions, a black and white version and a color version, or they'd have to do 2 discs a story. And these stories are, I mean, these seasons already have 7, 8, 9, 10 stories in it. We're talking seasons that'll have 15 discs, 16 discs, 17 discs, 18 discs, 19 discs. They'd have to split the seasons in half, which they may have to do for a couple of them anyway. But, I mean, imagine if every single season of 60's Who had a part 1 and a part 2. You know, the collection, season 3, part 1, part 2. And it's already 10 episodes, that one. Which I guess season 3 they wouldn't have to actually colorize a lot since most of it's missing. Let's say season 2. Season 2 is, 9 stories or something like that. That would be what, 9 disc, if there wasn't a bonus disc, if there's only 9 disc, if you colorize it and there's each story has 2 discs, a color and a black and white version, that's 18 discs. You'd have to split it into 2. So that's another thing. That's going to be more expensive for us because we're going to have to pay for a part 1 and a part 2 if they went that route. So I'm perfectly fine with them just doing black and white 60s Who, don't need it colorized. Either that or do them as a separate set that I don't need. I'm happy just to have the black and white set. So what do you think? Do you think 60s Doctor Who should be colorized for release in the collection, or are you perfectly fine with it being in black and white the way it was originally intended? Comment down below. I like to know what you guys think. Other things to do, click the like button, click the subscribe button, click the bell for notifications. I also have a Patreon if you would like to become one of my patrons and contribute to what I do. If you like my videos and all that fun stuff, there are several different tiers there. Yeah, I think that about covers it. Most importantly, stay safe out there, and thank you for watching.